Good day, everybody, especially to the panel of examiners for the second FEUR-GS Multidisciplinary Pedagogical Research Conference. I am presenting the study titled Job Performance of Graduates from the Perspectives of Employers. This is Maria Melanie N. Edig from the Davao del Norte State College, New Visayas, Panabo City, Davao del Norte. The study was conducted just recently, specifically this March 2024. The assessment of employers' feedback on the graduates from each college or university is crucial in gauging graduates' preparedness for the professional world. As mentioned by Nang et al. 2019, graduates should be afforded opportunities to enhance their knowledge and skills within their specialized fields. On a global scale, higher education institutions have expanded their focus beyond mere knowledge acquisition to encompass the holistic development of individuals, including their attributes and skills, as articulated by Abbas and Imam, 2016. Graduates must continually strive to reach their fullest potential throughout their lifetimes, fostering intellectual growth, making meaningful societal contributions, attaining personal fulfillment, and well prepared for the workforce, as mentioned by Sanadan, 2016. Furthermore, the efficacy of an educational program provided by an academic institution can be assessed by the competencies demonstrated by its graduates, specifically the knowledge and skills they have acquired and can effectively apply in professional settings, as articulated by Plantilla 2017. He also continued by mentioning that the level of knowledge and skills possessed by graduates can be ascertained through the input of employers who evaluate the graduates' performance in the workplace. The feedback provided by employers regarding the overall performance of graduates is pivotal input for academic institutions, offering a valuable gauge of program curriculum responsiveness and relevance in accordance with Sanadan 2019. Additionally, Yen et al. 2009 uncovered certain areas where graduates tend to fall short of meeting employers' expectations. Premise on the importance of getting the feedback from the employers, this study assessed the job performance of the NSC Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Management graduates from the perspectives of their employers, anchored on the DNSC core values and leadership skills. From this study, there are 5 research objectives. Number 1 is to construct a demographic profile of the graduates' occupational classification, including the duration of their services and their current positions. Number 2 is to describe the level of importance of knowledge and understanding of the job of an employee as perceived by their employers in terms of the 4 indicators, namely job-related knowledge, general skills, specialized skills, and personal qualities. Number 3 is to describe the level of satisfaction of knowledge and understanding of the job of an employee as perceived by their employers in terms of the 4 mentioned indicators. Number 4 is to describe the employer's likelihood of hiring the NSC graduates. Lastly is to determine the significant relationship between importance and satisfaction of knowledge and understanding of the job of an employee. From the 5 research objectives, the last objective entails inferential statistical treatment. So with that, there is only one null hypothesis. There is no significant relationship between importance and satisfaction of knowledge and understanding of the job of an employee. For the methodology, the research design for this study primarily employed a quantitative method with a focus on descriptive and correlational approaches. The study targeted employers of graduates from the Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Management program as the key respondents. Multiple communication methods like Facebook Messenger, email, phone calls, SMS, and other appropriate channels were explored to contact and engage with all the targeted employer respondents. So for the locale of the study, actually we gathered data on places where the graduates are employed, particularly in Davao region. So since majority of the graduates are currently employed in basic institutions, even in SOCs, for the basic institutions, we ask permission from DepEd Region 11. While for the SOCs, we direct our permission, asking permission to the particular SOCs in the region. For the sampling, actually the study required total enumeration. I just would like to give you an overview of the profile of the graduates. The first batch was during the school year 2008 to 2009, and the last batch is 2022 to 2023. From those batches, there is a total of 55 graduates. Unfortunately, 2 graduates were already deceased, 2 graduates are retired, and 51 graduates are currently employed. So we were not able to gather all data from the employers. Unfortunately, only 25 employers responded. But since the study is ongoing, we still have to gather more and more data so that we can come up with a comprehensive discussion of the findings. But since the data are already available for 25 employers, and for the purpose of this presentation, the data were able to analyze. So for the instrument used patterned from Noel Levitt's Employer Satisfaction Survey as cited by Plantilla 2017. The tool was validated by the deans and program chairpersons across disciplines who are experts in the field. So for this instrument, a 5-point Likert scale was used to assess the level of importance and satisfaction of knowledge and understanding of the job of an employee as perceived by their employers in terms of job-related knowledge, general skills, specialized skills, and personal qualities. For the data gathering procedure, of course, the study sought permission from the Department of Education Region 11, particularly the regional director, to conduct a study to the identified employers of the graduates. As mentioned earlier, majority of the PhDem graduates were teachers in the basic education, and some of them are identified as school heads, principals, or master teachers. So since we already prepared the instrument prior to asking permission, it's easy for us to right away conduct the study. We maximize the use of the Google form because when we visited the schools, the divisions, majority of the principals preferred Google form because they could not right away fill in the instrument, the hard copy. So in the Google form, we ensured that the Data Privacy Act is included, and we also attach the informed consent form. Meaning, by filling in the Google form, they gave their consent. The administration of instrument took at least a month, for the 25 employers. And we did it with the help of the staff in the Institute of Advanced Studies, and of course with the guidance of the program chairperson and the dean. After the consolidation and summarization of data, the data were endorsed to the data analyst for the treatment. There are three tools used: the frequency mean Pearson R, frequency for the demographic profile and the likelihood of hiring the graduates of the NSC, particularly the PhDem. The mean tool was used, particularly the second and the third research objectives. And the last tool is the Pearson R in determining the relationship between the mentioned variables. Of course, after meeting the assumptions on the use of the Pearson R. For the results of the study depicted in Figure 1 as to occupational classification, this figure indicates 20 graduates being classified as professionals, while 5 fall into managerial category. So the definition of these terms are based from the 2020-12 Philippine Standard Occupational Classification. When we say managers, these are the leaders, the principals, the school heads, or the master teachers. When we say professionals, these are mainly teachers who focus on imparting knowledge and facilitating student learning. So as we can see, there are 20 professionals and 5 managers. And this entails that there is a balanced mix of expertise for both instructional excellence and effective leadership within the educational institutions. In terms of years of service, we can see in Figure 2 here, the presence of a significant number of individuals with 11 to 15 years and 16 to 20 years of service suggests a cohort of mid-career professionals. 6 graduates with 25 years or more of tenure represent a seasoned group of professionals, while the other groups 0 to 5 and 6 to 10 years of service indicates a cohort of early career professionals. In terms of the level of importance of knowledge and understanding of the job of an employee as perceived by the employers, as you can see in Table 1, the overall mean is 4.81 with the descriptive equivalent of very much important, meaning the employers perceives that the knowledge of an employee is very much important in their job. Moving into the next table as to the level of satisfaction, we can see that the overall mean is 4.82 across, actually the descriptive equivalent is very much satisfied across all the indicators. Meaning to say the employers are very much satisfied with the performance of the graduates. For the likelihood, the employers perceived that the graduates are very much willing to hire. So there are 19 of them perceived it, while only 6 mentioned that the graduates, they like to hire graduates from PhDem. For the conclusion, the demographic profile of graduates in terms of occupational classification reveals a balanced mix of professional and managerial staff, indicating a robust foundation of expertise for both instructional excellence and effective leadership with educational institutions. By the way, I forgot to discuss Table 3 for the last research objective. This is on the significance of the relationship between importance and satisfaction. We can see here that the R value is 0.897, meaning the degree of association between the two variables is very highly positively correlated, meaning there is a very high positive correlation between the two variables. So they are related, the importance and satisfaction. So moving into the conclusion for that, the test on the significance of the relationship between the importance and satisfaction of job-related knowledge and understanding demonstrates a strong positive association between the two variables. For the recommendations based on the findings of the study and the feedback gathered from the employers, it is recommended that educational institutions prioritize ongoing professional development initiatives tailored to the evolving needs of the field, which foster collaboration. Thank you for listening. Time is up. It's already 15 minutes. Thank you so much, everybody.